Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be looking at some different LED lights today. So, I was talking to the people at Sansi, and they were good enough to send me a couple cool grow lights that I'm going to play around with and experiment with. So today we're going to open them up real quick, see what they look like, and then we're going to go set them up and see how they really look. So Sansi, you can find these guys on Amazon. And Amazon.com and Amazon.ca. They were nice enough to send me a 15 watt bulb and a 40 watt bulb. So this guy, let's open this one first. This is a 15 watt here. So these just plug into any old light socket fixture, which is kind of nice, but yeah, I had to scrounge up a socket for these guys. So we'll see how they do. I have got some good plans for the little 15 watt guy. So this one retails for about $35 Canadian, and they say it is good for about 12 to 20 inches above the plant. The nice thing about these LEDs, unlike some of the other ones that I've been using lately, they, I believe, are a true white color. So that will be exciting. And then we also have this honking guy. This is a 40 watt. Very different looking than the 15 watt. And so this guy, the 40 watt, it retails for about $50 Canadian, and it is supposed to be good for about 18 to 24 inches away from the plants, or it says on Amazon that it covers about just over 4 square feet, and this little guy here covers about 2 square feet of space. So, while I think about it, before we even get going, hopefully these turn out really good. I'm going to plug one in just a second. They did give me a coupon code. Sansi was nice enough to give a coupon code for a huge savings of 20% off on Amazon. So look for that code in the description below. It's a unique code. Me saying it won't do anything. It's going to be one of those copy and paste codes. But look for the code for 20% off these. Hopefully they turn out well. There's not much in the instructions that I can see in any way at all. Screw into a light socket and plug it in and go. So let's give these guys a quick test out before we go out to the greenhouse, and then we are going to go out to the greenhouse and we can find these guys at home. Okay, just went and got my little socket here. This used to have a metal dome over it, but it's long since disappeared. But let's see how these work. And I will say they're heavy. They're really quite heavy. Oh, and it just came on. And ooh, it's nice and bright. It's nice and white. So it's going to give easy color. And you can see the spotlight on the table. Now it's daytime here. And it's not a dull day outside. I was considering this fairly good lighting before. But you can definitely see the spots where it illuminates. And we are about, I don't know, 18 inches above the table with this guy right now. So very bright and white light. Nice, nice. So we'll unscrew this one. So this guy here, I'm going to put somewhere special out in the greenhouse in a minute. And this big one, let's give this a try. This is going to do some serious illuminating. So like I say, they have serious weight to them. They're really heavy. And I think this guy I'm going to have to like hang up a little bit. But let's get it on. Let's see what it does. Woo! Again, that is bright. Everything's working nicely. And the entire table is just glowing like sunshine is shining on it. I'm holding it at least 24 inches above the table. And it's got a, wow, it's got a big area of, you can see the shadows under my hand. So this thing is super bright. And yeah, a lot more powerful than I thought. I really wasn't sure if you guys would even see it illuminating on the table itself, but we definitely are. So both work anyways. They passed the first test. Let's go for a walk and put these guys out in the greenhouse. Okay, so we've moved into the greenhouse, and here's what I'm going to be replacing. I'm putting my full faith in this. I'm going to use a 15 watt bulb in Sansi's 15 watt plant grow bulb. I'm going to be replacing this, which is a regular LED bulb. I think it's 9 watts, so I'm going with almost double, right? 9 to 15 on my Drosera Magnifica. So a very important plant to me. And as you can see, this light bulb is literally having to touch the plant in order to get some light. So let's turn it off and see what we can do. We'll have to make a little bit different arrangements for the thing, but we'll get rid of this cheap, embarrassing LED light bulb, and we will exchange it for a high-end Sansi 15-watt grow light and see what happens. And yeah, I'll leave it over there for a bit, and then we'll check back together and see what happens. But let me get the bulb. Okay, so it's a little bit of a battle to get it in here. I'm going to trim some of my platychilla pictures that are kind of half spent so we can see a little bit more. It is a jungle. And I have anchored it to the shelf above. You can just barely see the actual bulb itself. So it's right there. I may need to tweak the angle just a little bit if I can. Get some Nepenthes leaves out of the way. Hopefully I can. There we go. So we're starting with this guy about... There we go. I'll just cut that leaf. It was in the way. We're starting with this about 12 inches from the plant. And hopefully we get some good results here. I need to bring up the cord a little. Adjust my angle a little. It's definitely a spotlight type for sure. So I'm going to put it right in there. And we are brightly illuminating my Drosera magnifica now. Like super bright. Even though the bulb is a foot above it, or 10 inches above it, it looks brighter than the other light bulb right on it. So we'll see how it does. Hopefully I don't burn any little Nepenthe leaves there while I'm there. But yeah, let's see what a full spectrum light does for this Drosera magnifica. Now for the 45 watt bulb, or the 40 watt bulb. Sansi was nice. I mean, I was expecting just the 15 watt here, and they actually sent me two. So the 15 watt I had planned to do this little experiment with, but the 45 watt was just a bonus that I wasn't even expecting. So let's try to hook that up and see what we can do. Okay, so I just finished hooking it up, and we are in with the orchids now. And I went to the darkest spot in the greenhouse, and again, just like when I was filming earlier in the house, it's a bright sunny day today, so it's not that dark in here. But I wanted this guy to use up his full, like, 4 square feet of space if I could. So I wanted to get it up. It's hanging now about 18 inches above this shelf of orchids here. The canopy of the orchids is, yeah, about 18 to 24 inches above it. And let's turn it on. It definitely looks fantastic. You're going to see a little bit of light shining extra bright on the shelf behind it, but we're working on the shelf below it. So look how bright it looks down there. This is great. This is absolutely fantastic for these orchids. I can see what's going on down there now. This was, like I say, far away from the window, because this is 4 feet away from the window right here. So this is going to give a bright location away from the window. Let's just have a look at it. So the broad daylight, look at the difference it makes. It's absolutely phenomenal how bright this actually is. So I'm going to leave it here for a bit. I'm going to see how my orchids do. Now I can see that I have a few spikes coming out on my orchids here. Some stuff I hadn't seen before. Yeah, it's great. And I bet, yeah, nighttime is going to just look fantastic in here. My poor orchids always get a little bit neglected compared to my carnivorous plants for lighting. They always just sort of make do with natural light in the greenhouse, even in the wintertime. So this should give them a huge boost and hopefully a bunch more orchid blooms. So anyways, we're going to leave it at this for now. But why don't I do an update on these guys in a month's time or so. We'll make sure that they're still running, and we'll see what we can see for growth. We'll look at the Drosera magnifica again and make sure nothing horrible has happened there or to any of the Nepenthes around it. I do worry that Nepenthes could burn even with the little 15 watt bulb. But look at how wonderful and bright this is. Wow. Thank you again, Sansi. And yeah, remember, They're on Amazon. They'll be on Amazon.com and Amazon.ca. The big bulb like this is about 50 Canadian. The little bulb is about 35 Canadian. We have a promo code for them. All of that is going to be in the description below with links to the actual bulbs themselves. And yeah, so I hope you like this video. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye guys. Oh, my vanilla orchid is going to be so happy to have some light. Woohoo! Thanks guys.